The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula is now seeing bad things in his home turf, Bungoma County, where for the longest time he has been enjoying support from the residents who believed in him. So many people knew that their kingpin, let's say from the Bungoma, the larger Bungoma county, was Moses Masika Wetangula. But things are changing right now with the emergence of the movement that is so strong and brave, Sisi ni Sifuna. Recently, if you've been following me, there is a video I did when the Nairobi senator, who is also the ODM Secretary General, Edwin Sifuna, visited Mukhisa Kitui. He never announced that he would be there. In fact, he never had even the public address system. He went there for a private meeting with Mukhisa Kitui and the elders, the council of elders from the Bukusu community. So they had their meeting. But fortunately or unfortunately, many people, the residents of Bungoma County, they entered the compound of Mukhisa Kitui. They demanded that Edwin Sifuna should address them. The kind of love that was immeasurable. In fact, Edwin Sifuna, you could see from the facial expressions how Edwin Sifuna was so happy, was so thrilled by what happened. And therefore, they made a decision that he could address the people from that region. For the longest time, and I tell you this, I'm repeating that, for the longest time, Wetangula and his party Ford Kenya, he has been enjoying a lot of support. He has been enjoying, let me say, monopoly, because many people really loved this man, such that whoever was vying from a different party in that region would not be elected. That is the kind of love the Bungoma residents had for Moses Masika Wetangula. But now things have changed automatically, and also due to the emergence of the Sisi Ndio Sifuna movement. And during that time when Edwin Sifuna was addressing the residents of Bungoma County, he watered down the party of Moses Wetangula, the Ford Kenya. And William Ruto has been calling for the party to be closed down. In fact, he wants all the people who are closer to him to follow their parties so that they can form one, they can join the one party United Democratic Alliance, UDA. But it seems as Moses Wetangula is a bit adamant because, for the Kenyans, his party, he has been, getting to the political tables using the party. He has been getting respect in Bungoma using the party. He has been so adamant. But finally, I'm seeing a situation whereby Moses Wetangula is going to fold his party to join the larger UDA party. But right now, let's say Wetangula is not wanted at his home turf due to the emergence of Edwin Sifuna. There's something that Edwin Sifuna said. Edwin Sifuna told the residents that they should not, vote in people like the likes of Moses Wetangula, or rather anyone from the Ford Kenya, the people, the pro-government individuals, because the government has failed to deliver to the people of Kenya the mandate, whatever they had promised, the lies, Edwin Sifuna pointed it out point blank to the people of Bungoma. And now that the people of Bungoma love him so much for the fact that even Moses Wetangula has been sleeping in bed with William Ruto, who is now, humiliating Kenyans, who is lying to Kenyans while the economic, the economy is going up, there's so many things, the items that people really used to enjoy there before, the prices are going up. The life itself is so hard for the people of Kenya. I'm looking for a day when Edwin Sifuna, I'm really yearning for that day to come when Edwin Sifuna will call for a rally at his home turf, and that is, the Bungoma. Anyway, in Bungoma, I feel like so many people will attend that meeting, and it will be a shame to Moses Wetangula. Another thing that tells us that now the people of Bungoma do not want anything to do with Moses Wetangula. In fact, they are kind of chasing him away from the, the leadership position. When Edwin Sifuna met with the Mukisa Kitui, he was meeting the elders, the council of elders of the Bukusu. And you know, Edwin himself is a Bukusu, you see. And therefore, it was a way they were crowning Edwin Sifuna to be like an elder. We've seen it happen elsewhere. Like in Kisii, we saw Fred Matiang'i is also vying for the presidency. He was crowned recently as the elder of that, the spokesperson of the Gusii, the larger Gusii. So Edwin Sifuna, it was the same thing that was done to him. However, now that Edwin Sifuna is a kinder youth, is not that mzee, they wouldn't say that he was being crowned as an elder, but Mukisa Kitui, while addressing the media personnel, while he was speaking to the media, he said that the community was welcoming their son and also congratulating him for the work he has been doing, pointing out the loopholes in the Kenya Kwanza administration and pointing out Ruto and calling him out point blank on areas where he has messed this country. That's what they framed that meeting to be. But me and you knows, when you sit down with the elders of your community, perhaps like the elders who sat with Edwin Sifuna, they were crowning Edwin Sifuna to run for presidency. They were giving him their blessings. And if that is the case, if Edwin Sifuna is going for presidency and the community has allowed him to do that, it means Edwin Sifuna right now ceases to be the senator for Nairobi and ceases to be just a leader from that community, and now he is the spokesperson of that community and not Moses Wetangula. By saying so, that is why I'm saying that perhaps the community is chasing away Moses Wetangula for the new kingpin, someone who knows what he's doing, for someone, who is brave. Edwin Sifuna is another leader who is so brave. In Kiswahili they say, yani ni ule msee uendanga nayo, yani nayo tu. He has nothing to fear. If it is pointing out something, he tells you point blank. If it is about Ruto, there is a day Edwin Sifuna really amazed me. It was in a certain platform, the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki was attending, and Edwin Sifuna pointed Kithure Kindiki point blank, telling him, me and you, we are not friends. You're telling the second in command. Not all leaders can do that. Not all leaders can point out all the bad things that the government of the day is doing. But Edwin Sifuna is doing that, and that is the reason why the ODM party, cannot send him away, in as much as he has been called by the disciplinary committee this Friday, so that he can, they can talk to him. Me and you knows that it's so hard to remove Edwin Sifuna from ODM party as the Secretary General. And the love Kenyans have for Edwin Sifuna can dictate that he should run for presidency. In fact, all the social media, if you look at social media, many people are calling out Edwin Sifuna, telling him to dump the useless ODM party that is now belongs to the Luo nation, and go for the presidency, and the people will support him. And that tells you a lot. If people, if people allows or rather calls Edwin Sifuna to vie for presidency, his community, his people will also support him. And if they do that, it means Moses Wetangula is now nothing. He has been rendered useless for dining with William Ruto, who has now been, making life for the residents of Bungoma and the Kenyans at large so difficult. I don't know what you think, but you can give me your comment down there. And also, if you are new here, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing our videos. And equally, hit the notification bell, turn it on, so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we upload a new video.